Hi, my name is Ellen and I am an integrative psychotherapist, supervisor, visiting lecturer, and I am level 2 internal family systems trained. I am a member of the Counselling Directory and the founder of the Ellen Young Counselling Practice. I'm here to introduce to you the compassionate model that is the internal family systems, also known as IFS, developed by Dick Schwartz. If you think about your family or the groups that you are in, you might notice that each person within that group can play roles. For example, the leader or the peacemaker, the moral compass or the risk taker, the scapegoat, the joker, amongst others. Some people will get more airtime than others. Some people are minimised, ignored, or banished. You might notice that the same people argue with one another, and certain topics will trigger specific reactions, and there is a repetitive cycle in how those topics will be addressed by different members of the group, whether that's through avoiding, minimising, shouting, shaming, being louder and more dominant, the silent treatment, or people-pleasing. But in this way of approaching things, some people's presence and voices will be heard more than others. Some are welcome, some aren't. These dynamics not only happen in the groups that we are a part of, but they also happen internally inside all of us too, like having an internal family, where some parts of our personality are revered, celebrated and welcomed more than others. What if there was a way to welcome everyone and every part, validating every part's contribution as a much needed part of the family, where every part is equitably heard and understood, even those parts of the family that might feel embarrassing or shameful? IFS offers this in believing that we are all born with a core self that is a natural leader who can lead the whole internal family to work harmoniously together. IFS also believes that we are born with parts that make up our personality, that have valuable and beautiful qualities that help us live our lives. But trauma, wounds, and attachment injuries can force our parts to take on extreme roles because the experiences, feelings, or memories are too much. And other parts might in turn have their own responses to the ones acting in extreme ways. IFS believes all parts have good intentions, even though the way in which they do things might be unhealthy and even destructive. Those parts of us that over or undereat, who people please, who are perfectionist, who self-harm or minimise, or who are critical, vigilant, or who shame and blame, or distract, or who have suicidal ideation. They all have a good intention of protecting some deeper pain or suffering underneath, even though the way they are protecting might not be helpful. IFS offers a way that compassionately and respectfully welcomes all parts, so that the buried and hidden pain, suffering and trauma that has been stuck in the past can be heard and seen by our core self that can offer a calm, compassionate and welcoming presence. Wounded parts can be healed, and the parts protecting them, like self-harm and people-pleasing, can be liberated and transformed into their original valuable qualities. In internal family systems, all parts are welcome, all parts belong, and no part is left behind when led by the core self that is courageous, confident, calm, connected, curious, compassionate, has clarity, is creative, and when parts re-establish trust in the core self. IFS helps our parts build relationship with the core self and also help in building relationship and connection between parts of ourselves. It's a continuous, ongoing journey of welcoming all parts home to ourselves, and an IFS therapist is there as a guide to help your core self connect with all of your parts and for them to connect with one another. Therapists that have been trained with the IFS Institute and its international partner organisations call themselves level 1, 2 or 3 IFS trained. Those who aren't call themselves IFS informed. If you are ready to connect with a counsellor, you can find me and other qualified professionals on the Counselling Directory.